It's arts and crafts time. Let's DIY a plant trellis in the cheapest way possible. Trellises can be expensive. Not that there aren't really good companies out there selling trellises. No shade. Are you ready? Let's get started. All you need are these three things here. Craft sticks or these giant popsicle sticks. I got these at Walmart. I'm pretty sure Michael's sells them or any place that you get craft things. Wood glue. I used Flex Seal spray. This one is in black. I do believe they have it in clear, and they also make the like little paint cans, so it would probably be easier to dip or dip a little paintbrush so that you can brush it on. The main goal is to just seal your wood so that it doesn't rot when it sits in the moist soil. So you're going to get the two that you've already sealed on the bottom, and I think I did that's like about 2 inches. It just depends on how deep you want to shove them into the soil. And so I'm going to get them and I'm going to lay them down like this, and depending on how tall you want to make it, you can always add to it later. All right, so you line them up like that, and you only need to do like just that much, maybe like a little, just enough, and get your wood glue. If it's not sealed. Oh, God. Okay. You put like a little dot. You gotta open it first. Just put a little dot right there. Come on. You don't need a lot. Just kind of spread it around. Same for the other side. I'm gonna get some of that off my finger. Do the same for the other side. Spread it around. And just let it get a little bit tacky before you put it on there. It cuts on the drying time. Oh, I got pet hair on my finger. Spread it around. These are very thin, so when they do get wet, even with the glue, not with the sealant, surprisingly, but with the glue, they do kind of like to bend or kind of bow a little bit. So when you go to stick them together, let me put this back. When you go to stick them together, make sure they're the same size or the same length. When you go stick them together, you're going to want to put them under something heavy. Like, I don't know, I have this like plexiglass thing here. Or if you have a vise, those little mini vices. And I put them here. The cat litter should do it. Okay, they should be done now. Yep, they're dry. So that works pretty well. You can put heavy books, heavy rocks. And like I said, if you already handy and have like tools and you have a vise, that would work too. Okay, the next step. I am going to get a couple more. And I'm not going to make this one very tall. I don't have very tall plants, so I'm going to make this like kind of like a medium-ish size like this. And I'm going to put these under these two that I already put together earlier. And I'm going to mark just so I know where to put them or where to put the glue. I think I'm going to make them this wide. And it's okay if they don't come out straight. I mean, it might bug me a little bit, but it's okay. This is DIY. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to mark. They don't look really straight, though. Oh, it's going to be hard to... They're a little wonky, so they don't stay put. Okay. So I did that. Oh, man. I forgot one. And just so that they're like evenly the same height, I'm going to mark these, like I'm going to put them down to this level right above the first stick, just so that they're the same. That helped me a little bit, at least. Just put some glue here. Not too much, because then it'll take too long to dry. And just spread it around. I think I need to put more. It doesn't need to be perfect, she says. Okay, now wipe this off. Okay. So now I'm just going to put these here on top of the other even-ish, even enough. All right, now I'm going to get my little plexiglass again. And so you see they're kind of not like sitting on the table flat, so I definitely need this right on top. Put some weight on it. Okay, it's dry. Let's get. There it is. It's not perfect, but it's definitely perfect. So from here, what you can do is you can get some scissors. Make sure this is very dry. At least leave it for a few hours to dry. Since you didn't put that much glue, or at least I didn't put a lot of glue, it dried a little bit faster, but make sure that it is pretty dry and on there really good. From here, what you can do is get some scissors. They'll cut really great through here, and just get some really sharp scissors. And you can trim these. I'm just going to trim these a little bit. I don't want to trim them all the way because then they'll look weird. Or maybe, yeah, if you have some like big shears that'll cut right through this in one swoop, even better. And I'm just going to round these off, or at least try to round them off a little bit. That's not too bad. And just like that. And do the same thing on this side. And if you like it the way it is, like this, looking like a little pound sign, number sign, you can leave it like that as well. I'm cutting them a little bit short and rounding off these corners. They're not the best, you know, you probably look better if you sanded it. Or just leave them like that. You don't really have to make it perfect. The goal here is to make this as simple as possible. So, just like that. Show a little cheap DIY trellis. I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to add another one down here because I didn't put one low enough. Okay, second time around. It's done. Now, to put on a plant. It looks very cheap. But of course, it's a DIY. It doesn't have to be cheap looking. You can always do stuff to it to make it look better. I'm going to use the Skindapsis for example only. Let me just stick that in there. It's a little lopsided. And just put this in there. Just like that. Look at that. And it'll grow up. And let me tell you, the plants actually like this wood and attach themselves by the roots. Here's a good example of this weird looking trellis thing that I made. But all I did was glue the craft sticks together in just one long stick, and I just keep adding more because this Monstera sultipagana grows so fast. But I just wanted to show you how it attached itself to the wood by the roots. And as it gets taller, it just keeps attaching itself to this wood. It's actually pretty cool. Here's another example. I just used this Monstera Adansonii and a single craft stick, and it's attaching itself by the roots, or it's starting to. They seem to grow really fast that way too. And this is a good alternative to moss poles. I don't like moss poles all that much, but yeah, this is a pretty cool way to get your plants to grow up. And there it is. You can always erase the markings in the back, but I just left it like that. Look at that. I'm leaving mine like this, unfinished, but you can do whatever you want to it to make it look less unfinished. You can sand it down if you have sandpaper available to you. Sand away these corners here if you choose to cut it. You can paint it, you can seal it, just about anything to kind of erase the imperfections. But honestly, I'm going to leave it like this because once the plant grows around it, you won't be able to see all the imperfections. Owning plants doesn't have to be very expensive. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And if you can DIY things like this, like a trellis, it's even better. Also, it's really fun to just do some arts and crafts. And I love me a good DIY project. If you get to do this at home, please tag me. I want to see your creations. I want to see what you do with it. And just, I want to see the creativity. And if you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. And who knows, maybe I'll have another cheap DIY video for you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.